Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first Magical Mystery Bead Box JJB Create-A-Thon of 2023. I have got an amazing roundup of designers. You know these girls. We've got Kristen, Fagan, and Sara Oehler from Softlegs. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I think this is my first time on one of these Create-A-Thons.
Yay. Well, okay. It's like really fun to have you girls here. First and foremost, I want to wish you both a super happy new year. It's wonderful to see you in this bright, fresh start.
Yes, I feel really refreshed. How about you, Sara?
Yeah, my husband had 10 days off and I had 10 days off, but not the exact same days. And we did so many projects over Christmas break. And it feels fabulous. I feel like our house is sort of spruced. I feel like the things that were kind of weighing us down, in the background are taken care of at least a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's
stepping
nice to have a little
into
extra time.
Fresh, like I don't have a big list of things to do.
I love that.
Nice. Yeah, I cleaned out the garage, so that felt really good.
That was one of those things.
That was wonderful. My husband didn't have off at all, though, other than the holidays. So he wasn't here with me, but we had a really nice, quiet holiday. And my kids are older and we just kind of hung out and played games. We did some card and gambling games this year. So that was a lot of fun.
I was like, money from your kids.
Yeah, they actually won. So they really liked it. But, because they're older now, it's not like the big hula boo when they're opening gifts. They don't even ask for very many things.
Different.
And so we tried at Thanksgiving to play some games and they were not really interested. So I was like, let's up the ante. And I had my mother-in-law get singles and I got singles. And then I also did another game. So we played some cards and then I did another game. I don't know if anyone's heard of that Saran wrap game.
No.
Which, oh my gosh, so fun.
Pictures of it.
If anyone out there has played and knows what I'm talking about, you know how much fun this is. So leave it in the comment if you ever played it before.
Yeah, I need to hear about this. It sounds like I love games with family, and that just sounds great.
Oh, it's so much fun. And I've played it with my friends before. I've never played it with the kids. So like as a family. So you put a prize in the center, and I did a cash prize in the center. And then you just put all these little bits and pieces. This would be really fun even with your crafty friends because you can put some beads in there and some strands and some wire. And you just keep wrapping it in saran wrap. Okay. So it's a dice game.
Is it like a big ball?
It's a big ball with all of these little things stuck in there. And someone starts. Another person has to roll the dice next to them and they have to get doubles. Once they get doubles, they can steal the saran wrap. And anything that falls out while you're opening it is yours to keep. So it's just hysterical. I put up some video, I think, of my family.
Are you rolling the dice as fast as you can to get doubles?
Yeah, you roll the dice as fast as you can and you grab the saran ball from the person next to you and then you're trying to unravel it. Because of course there's parts that are just saran wrap, so that you don't get anything. You're trying to unravel it, and anytime something falls out, you get to keep it. And it was hysterical.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun!
So fun.
So you got to get a little creative as the kids get a little older to keep things interesting, I think, and that fit the bill this year.
Very cool. How was your holiday, Sarah James?
Thanks for asking. Our holiday was really fun. It was very jam-packed. We had 11 people in our house right here in Colorado, starting from December 16th through 2 days after New Year's.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. But we also had a lot of fun in the house here. We decorated stockings. We made cookies. We sang Christmas carols. We danced around the living room. It was really, really refreshing just to have, it was refreshing not to have to travel because I know that there was a lot of travel debacle this year around the holidays. But it was also just nice to do some of these wholesome Christmassy activities and host them in this home. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus, where you live now has got to feel very wintry and very Christmassy, and that adds to the fun and charm of it.
We did. We are snow covered. I think we're going to be snow covered through spring now here, but that's all right. It's nice to have, you know, if it's going to be cold, there might as well be snow. That's my MO here. And we've had a lot of fun, cheerful things to guide us through. Actually, okay, so today we're here for the MMBB Create-A-Thon, which is where Jesse James Beads has on a couple different incredible designers throughout our industry to unbox the Magical Mystery Bead Box, our monthly subscription program, and create on the fly or either with a little bit of a pre-prepared design. So, fun fact about this box. We had a delay with this box. There's so many things going on with the holidays and shipments coming from overseas. Our box got stuck in customs for over a week longer than it was supposed to. So this box was supposed to be packed up and wrapped up and out the door before our family got here. It was not. So this box on the Monday that our family arrived, our entire upstairs living room, dining room, kitchen turned into the Magical Mystery Bead Box production line. And we packed all these up by hand so that everyone could have their boxes before Christmas started.
Do you always pack them in Colorado?
We started to. This was our first box packed out of Colorado, and they're all coming out of here from here on out.
Oh, I was going to ask the same question because I was like, I wouldn't have thought that they would have been there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we pack up the Magical Mystery Bead Box from Colorado and also our special events. So the last event that we had that Softflex was involved with was our winter workshop that took place over the month of November, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm so happy to have you both here. One, to create, two, because I love hanging out with you guys, and three, also to announce officially to the Jesse James Beads channel about the Galentine's Day 5-hour bead around the world jewelry making event.
Yes, I'm so excited about this. This is something, it's like a mishmash of two ideas that have been brewing for a long time.
It's really true. And I'm just going to screen share really quick here before we get on into making, as everyone's starting to file on here for the Create-A-Thon. I wanted to share with you quickly the Galentine's Day 5-hour jewelry making event. So what this is, Jesse James Beads and Softflex love to get together. We love to dream and scheme up different parties and different ways that we can hang out with each other. And what we have for Valentine's Day for you all is a bead around the world party. So we are starting in the United Kingdom with Gem Hawks. Then we're going over to the United States. We've got Kay Goss, we've got Kristen Fagan, Brittany Chavers, and Christy Friesen, all creating a special project. Each of these hours will have its own special project created with the beads from the Jesse James Beads kit here, along with a special findings kit that you can get from Softflex. So if you're interested in coming to create along with us, you'll want to go over to jessejamesbeads.com and grab the kit. And then also right there, you will have the link for Softflex. Oh, Sarah's got her package right there. Oh, it's so cute with the hearts on it.
Jam-packed. It's like our biggest package ever. It's because it has craft wire for Gem and it has epoxy sculpt for Christy. And then it has beading wire and findings and all the supply parts that you need to go along with the beads for the event.
And I love this idea because it's kind of like, it's for Valentine's Day. So the projects are Valentine's-y themed, but as you just saw, the beads are not like your typical pink and red, like you're only going to wear it at Valentine's. The projects that you'll make with these 5 designers from all around the world are going to have a lot of longevity to them. And it really just goes to show that creativity and love knows no borders. We're all one in this beautiful online, across the world beading community. And it's really awesome to share that with both of you all from Softflex.
Yeah.
You know, I've said this for years and years and years. I love that people bead all over the world. I love that beads have been around since the beginning of mankind.
Yeah.
My best friend was just telling me that she got a book for Christmas and it's about the Vikings, and it was talking about how they've figured out that the Vikings went much further than they had initially thought, all from a bead, because they were able to find a bead that had transported itself so far, so long ago, that they were able to trace it back and show how far the Vikings had gone, all from a bead. Like, it's really amazing. And we're just like a little bead, in the history of beading.
Oh my God.
We're tiny, in all of this big history that's so amazing that interconnects all human beings all over the world. So it's just it's very neat. So I love the idea of Bead Around the World, because we're going all the way from the United Kingdom to Hawaii in an afternoon. And it's 5 very different designers that are going to have 5 very different designs using that same package. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I know it's going to be a lot of fun. Every time we get together, it's a good time.
Totally.
I feel very, very lucky to be able to share this space with you guys and everyone that's joining in online, wherever you may be coming in from, whether you're halfway around the world or, we're coming to each other a little bit more close by. So it's beads that connect us all. And Sara, that was so cool, that little history about the Vikings.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. Like, really, beads have been found in graves, from hundreds of thousands of years ago. Like, it's I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of energy and stories that can be carried through beads, and stories that can be told through jewelry making, which is one of the reasons why I personally love the Magical Mystery Bead Box so very much, is because each subscription box that arrives monthly tells its own little story. And this one right here is in particular really cool. This is one of my favorite boxes that we did in the entire 2022 year. Did you guys get to open your boxes yet? I'm curious.
No,
I did.
Kristen peeked.
I peeked. I jumped on about a half hour before we went live, and I opened it up and got looking. So
I'm gonna have to start opening mine.
Well, then, without further ado, I'm gonna bring Sara's demo camera on, and also Kristen's, and then I'm going to spotlight my hand camera here, and we're gonna do a little bit of an unboxing right here, and then we'll go down to the mat for Kristen and Sara to create for us, and I'll be here to talk you all through it. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right, here we go. Solo layout. So the Magical Mystery Bead Box. This is our monthly subscription box program. And what's cool about Magical Mystery Bead Box is every box is unique. The items that are in each box, I'm just plugging my computer in here. The items that are in each box are specific only to Magical Mystery Bead Box. So you can't get them anyplace else. We designed these completely for our subscribers, and they each have such a fun theme that's on trend with the time of the year, but it's not necessarily like red, green, white Christmas, okay, for instance. Let's take a look at this box. Yes. Okay, so this box here is named our Winter Carnival. Each Magical Mystery Bead Box comes with an art card inside and a list on the back of everything that we have inside, plus either a design challenge or some sort of coupon on the back too. So we've got, 2 bead mixes, a bead strand, another strand, tassel set, silver bauble chain, 3 chains, and then an icicle points pendant set. All of this chain was hand cut by a very loving family here in Colorado. So this truly was a labor of love, but honestly, this box is just so much fun. It was a pleasure to be able to do this. Okay, so we've got our first bead mix is called Ice Palace. And I'm just going to flash these to you quickly so that we can get on down to the makings. Okay, so we've got Ice Palace. Then we've got Quebec City. This one's got really cool pearl baubles in there and some fun fiber wrapped beads here. Yes, it's party time. That's right. I know, this is such a cute set. This is probably like one of my most favorite, and I'm going to cut this one open just so you guys can get a quick look. This one's called Winter Carnival Tassel Set. Just rip it here. Oh, we've got someone from Norway here. Hi there. Okay, this tassel set was one of my favorite things that we put together at JJB. Just because I am a fan of fluffy, beautiful things. And I love these little pink poof balls. So cute. Next in this set, these silk, I don't know, these remind me of like silk handkerchiefs, but it's just such a unique, different looking tassel.
Those were intriguing me through the little package.
They're
for
really
sure.
cool. And then I also really love, oh my gosh, what do you get? 6 of them? Wow, I didn't even realize there was 6 in here. You got these really cool tinsel tassels. And I just think that these are they just look like a little party. They're like bicycle streamers. They're so dang cute, these little guys. I love all the colors in them. And then let's see, there's 2 more tinsel tassels. These remind me of Rapunzel spinning gold thread. And then some big, bold tassels that could be used for earrings or maybe for like a large necklace. But I just really enjoyed this tassel set.
That's a big tassel you guys got in there.
Large and in charge. Next up, I've got 2 strands. This one is all metals. And if you're not yet a Magical Mystery Bead Box subscriber, you can join up over at jessiejamesbeads.com. We're taking subscriptions for February right now. And the February box is so cool. I can't even. With January is really cool also, but February, I love it. And then here's the other strand. And this is every Magical Mystery Bead Box comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 10 different items. We've got a whole set of pearl chain. And I love this chain. It's so adorable. This one's got like little bubbles on it. It's just really pretty, nice quality chain too. And then this one is our rose gold chevron chain. And that's such a pretty color. So fun. And like what's fun about these boxes is that everything coordinates with each other, but they're sisters, not twins, you know? Like you could put these things together and come up with some really fun color combinations. And that's one of the reasons why I really also love the Jessie James Beads Magical Mystery Bead group, because that's where our subscribers get to post their designs from the mystery box. And it's just really cool to see all the different things that you can come up with. All the different, we're all different, we all have different design aesthetics or things that inspire us. So from this box that's got all these components that go together so nicely, to see all the different design ideas that can come out of it is really something else. And that is another one of the reasons why I really enjoy these Create-A-Thons with you lovely ladies like Kristen and Sara from Softflex. Last but not least is the quartz points. This box came with 3 really pretty crystal quartzes that are center drilled. So icy and lovely, wonderful for winter, and honestly all year through if you ask me. So that is the box, our December Magical Mystery Bead Box, Teen Winter Carnival. And now I am going to take it down to our designers here. Hey guys, oh my gosh, look how lovely this is that our hand cams are right underneath our faces. It came out.
I know. That worked out really nice.
It did. Okay, so who wants to get started? I can spotlight either Kristen or Sara. I'm happy to you guys do the choosing.
Well, Sarah, I have an idea of what I want to do if you need a little more time to think about it, or if you want to jump in. I can't hear you. I think your sound is off.
Can we first talk about these?
I
and how
know. They're great.
and how I love them.
I think they match you today,
Hold them up
too.
one more time. Oh my gosh. They do match you. Those are fabulous.
These are so fun. I love them. And then
They're so
Kristen.
great. I know. Those have me written all over it.
Wearing these. These are so you.
I was so surprised when you took that out of the little bag, Sarah. I was like, how did you guys get that huge tassel in there?
Magic.
I didn't realize it was in there. Oh,
Nice.
So pretty.
All right,
there's so many fun tassels to play with, actually.
Shoot to Kristen, and I'll play around while she gets going.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go.
I hope it's okay that I just use whatever I want to.
Or is.
In terms of extra materials and whatnot. I just laid out all of my goodies here, and when I opened up the box, these are what just were like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I want to do with these. So what I did is make this big honkin' quartz ring, wire wrapped it. Oh my gosh. And this little wire wrapping on the top is actually just kind of extra just for looks. So you can leave that part off if you don't want it. But I'll show you what I did. I actually had to go back and watch one of my own videos because I was like, oh, I haven't done a ring in a while. What wire did I use? How much did I cut? So I had to quickly go to my Softflex YouTube channel.
So handy to have that.
Yeah, and look up one of my rings. So I'm going to be using 20 gauge Softflex craft wire. And I pulled out a few fun colors. Ooh. The one I did on my hand right now is the bronze, which is one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. Look at that. And you know, actually, we do have a rose gold color, and I don't think I own it. I just realized. So I might have to get one of those into my stash here. So that's the bronze.
Yeah, what's that last color? The one that's on the right.
This one's my all-time favorite. This is vintage bronze. Oh. So you've got vintage bronze, and then regular bronze, and then I've got gold. So you can see the difference. So just slight. This has got a little more of a deeper tone, that bronze, whereas the gold is going to be a little bit brighter. And then, of course, I pulled out a silver too, and we have copper and a bunch of other colors as well. But I was really feeling the warmer tones since it is a nice crystal, and I wanted something that you could see. Oh my gosh, I love it. Melanie says she loves the vintage bronze. Yeah, I think let's do that one. I think that'll be a nice, and you'll be able to see it well. So I'm going to go ahead and cut I did 2.5 feet. So 30 inches of 20 gauge Softflex craft wire. Yeah, I didn't pull the copper out, so I'll go ahead with the vintage bronze. And the copper, we've actually got two different coppers at Softflex Company. We've got non-tarnished copper, so it'll hold that real bright color. And then we have bare copper, so that one can actually be patinaed if you wanted to. And what I'll do before I cut it off my spool is I'm going to take my nylon jaw pliers and just run it through to get a nice straight piece of wire. Be careful when you're working with this much wire. Protect your eyes. If you can, put on some pair of glasses or something, because it is a lot of wire to wrangle, and you don't want it to come up and hit you. So just grab one of your crystals and we're going to slide it on and find about the center. And I'm using a ring mandrel. So I'm using a ring mandrel. This is a metal one. I've also used other similar mandrel type things that aren't specifically ring mandrels, but will get me a size that I can use. And this one does have all of the sizings down the side. So one thing to note when you're doing these rings, when you're sizing it to begin with, you're going to go up because as you wrap, it's going to tighten down. I did this one as a size 10 and it now fits about a size 9. So I lost a whole size in my wrapping. So just something to note. So I'm going to go a little bit below 10. And I'm just going to have to pick this up off my camera for a second. Hold my crystal, which nicely, these crystals have some large faceted sides, which makes it a little easier to hold. But this part's a little tricky to get started. So just be patient with yourself. I'm going to go around one side and I'm going to kind of take it above the wire that I had already. So there's where it started. And then I came around and went above. And then I'm going to take the other side, which will be my left side, and I'm going to go around and take it below. So as above, as below. And so now I went around one time and I've got in each direction. So I've got about 3 wires. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to take this one around and above and take this one around and below. And it's going to feel a little wonky. It's okay at first. And then once I kind of gather that together, I'm just going to pull them tightly around my mandrel. Okay, so now I have one wire that's at the top and one wire that's at the bottom. So now I'm also going to just tighten the little sides, kind of even my crystal out a little bit, make sure I'm happy with where it's going before I do the next step. So now I'll take the one from the top and I'm going to wrap it under the crystal and around in a circle. So it comes back out kind of where it started. And then the bottom one, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to take it up under the crystal and a circle around the bottom. And again, I'm just going to pull those tight. And I'm going to do that one more time because this is a pretty big piece we've got here. And I want it to be nice and stable. Okay, so let me, before I take it off the mandrel, just show you what that looks like, if you can see that. So that's the wires that went around the mandrel, and then these are the little wires that went in a circle, kind of hugging on each side. So now I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Just lift that up, and it'll look like this. So I'm going to straighten my wires so they're both kind of coming out directly on each side. This one's at the top. This one's at the bottom. And now I'm going to feed it through the center and create a few nice tight wraps around the ring part. So get that one in. There's one, there's 2, there's 3, and now I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'll feed it up and then through the center.
It's so nice to see a really cool project that's trendy and fashion forward that could be made with 20 gauge wire, because 20 gauge is pretty easy to work with, wouldn't you say?
It is. It's one of the thicker ones, but still very malleable and pliable.
Mhm.
And actually, when I first started wire working, this was the gauge I always started with.
Okay.
Now I tell people to go a little smaller, a little thinner, because now I've gotten a little more comfortable. But I don't know, I always liked having like that real structure, I think, on a lot of my designs. So I've always been comfortable with the heavier gauges. So you could stop here. So, and when I did this one, this is a button, and I just coiled it down on either side.
So cute.
You can keep going. And so that's really cute, just like that too. And you could just stop here if you like that look and you want to keep it kind of more minimalist on top. I like the kind of wild wrapping that's going on here. So this is really just decorative at this point, because this is on there. You could totally keep coiling or trim it here and you could be done. But you can I'm just going to fold it up, and I'm going to go underneath. Let me get back on camera here. I'm going to go underneath the crystal, and then I'm going to take it and just kind of wrap it around.
So you're going across the crystal then?
Yeah, I went right across the top there.
Cool.
And now I'm going under it again, and I'm wrapping it across again, and then do that as many times as you want to get the effect you're going for. And then I'll do the same thing with the what I have left over on the other side. So I'm going to take this wire up and under my crystal, just so that it kind of hides it, and then wrap it. And if you want to kind of pull it through, you know, there's really no rules here at this point. It's just a really kind of free-flowing addition. I like that. And then when you get close to the end, you just wrap it around. Let me wrap this one back under here. And then trim it off. And I kind of want to trim it in a way that I'm towards the back and I can get a nice tuck under, because you don't want any of that wire sticking through. So there's just a little bit of wire there. I'm going to use my bent nose pliers, which I found I really like for wire tucking. I'm kind of new to bent nose pliers, and they work really well for me for that. And then you're done. And if you do have a mandrel, it's kind of nice to stick it back on and wiggle it down and make it nice and tight. And then you can see where your final size is. So like I'm not even at a 9 here, and I started wrapping about the 10. So you really do lose quite a bit. So just keep that in mind. And I think the more coils you have here, the smaller it tends to get.
Totally. That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Let's see if I can get it almost on that finger.
On snaps for Kristen. That is so cool looking. I love it. I was like, true confession. I was going, oh, did I lose you?
Oh no, I'm still here.
So I was, as Kristen was making this, I was realizing like this project is so attainable. If you've got a magical mystery bead box and you have these quartz points, or like any gemstone, really, like this is a very attainable. Ring project. I was looking for my ring mandrel as you were starting to make, Kristen.
Yeah, it is. It's really simple. And I've done this with, you know what I've done this with? Your roses. This works really well with the Jessie James Beads roses. That's the video I went to go watch before we came back on.
Nice.
Oh and then it works great with buttons or any gemstone. Anything that's got a nice gemstone finish will be really fun.
Yeah, I feel like anything that's got like a little bit of a flatness. So Kristen's talking about the roses that Jessie James Beads puts out. Actually, we've got some really beautiful flat hearts that are in the Galentine's Day kit from JJB.
Ooh.
And if you get 4 of them. There's 2 black and there's 2 red. So if they don't get used up totally in the Galentine's Day event that Jesse James and Softflex has coming up, this is going to be a really great project to go back and reference because I could see this.
Well, I am one of the designers on that. So I may have to check it out and claim that project.
Nice. I love it.
Kristen learned from the get-go, you have to claim your beads very quickly.
Yes. Otherwise, you're like, oh no, what am I left with? How do I put this together?
Well, that's really funny what Sarah was mentioning, because the first time that Jesse James Beads and Softflex put together an event was Halloween 2021. We did our trick-or-treat making party, and Jesse James Beads, we had 4 designers and 3 Jesse James Beads mixes. So I was like, okay, who's using what?
It was one of those like, we really need to make this work moments.
We were like, we had to share pictures of everything to show exactly what was used. Yeah.
Well, we were trying to be very budget conscious for our students.
Right.
But now we realize that everyone would probably rather to have a little bit of extra beads, and so would the designers. So 5 designers for our Galentine's Day jewelry making event, and 5 Jesse James Beads products. So.
I feel like I sent like 2 classes
You did.
to everyone too. So it was,
you had to like send somebody some beads, I think, from your thing. You're like, I didn't use them all. I can send these to you.
oh my
But
goodness.
it's kind of funny to have that different spin on it. I was like, oh, like these materials are limited and we have to figure out how to make this whole box work for everything we do.
Yeah. No, sometimes we're like, okay, this is your strand. Make something with it and make it feel unique and special. And, and that can be challenging because it looks beautiful just like it is. So I'm like, well, can I just string some wire through it? Because
and be like, ta-da!
Anything else. So that's always hard too. But this time I don't have to design. I'm the host. So that makes life a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be
that's going to be fun for you, I think.
I think so too. Well, I was playing around and I have a pretty fun little earring that I'd like to show you guys. If you want to focus in over here.
Yeah. Wow.
I played around with 2 different versions, and you can really do this with any bead that you want. So I tried it with the flower. I didn't feel really great about it. Wasn't my favorite. It looks okay, like it's fine. But I thought this looked a lot better. With that really sparkly bead in there. It's got the really beautiful topaz color that you kind of find down here too. And it's pretty easy to put together. So I'll show you how to make.
It feels a little more stable, like substantial, whereas the other one feels a little, I think the balance of that second one is really good.
I love it. And sometimes that's how life is. Sometimes when you have these boxes of beads and you're not sure what you're going to make, just start putting things together.
Yes.
Try it. And then maybe one idea leads to another idea and you try it with a different bead and you're like, oh, that's what I was looking for. That's what I want. So I'm going to free my tassel back up.
It's such good advice for jewelry makers too. If you ever feel stumped, I mean, these boxes are a great way to inspire, but just with that, even if you feel like, oh my gosh, there's so many things, where do I even begin? Like Sarah just suggested, just start, just make something, make anything.
Make a simple pair of earrings and get yourself going, or a simple bracelet and just start playing with the beads and thinking about the beads, and eventually ideas will start to form.
Yeah, don't be afraid to cut things apart and do it again. I mean, I joke sometimes before my videos, I have to do a design like 3 times before I'm happy.
I'm using the Softflex beading wire in 019. I'm using Kristen's favorite color, dark blue, because it just seemed appropriate with this particular kit. Some other colors I pulled out were the champagne, I think would be really pretty. Antique brass would be really pretty. We have a really nice topaz color that would play very well with all of this. Lots of fun stuff. So we have lots of colors at Softflex, and the color of the wire can, especially in this kind of design, can really play an important role in the overall design. Okay, so I've got my wire. I'm gonna grab one of my crimp tubes. This is a 2x2 millimeter Softflex crimp tube in gold filled. And they come in 4 different metal types. But gold is so pretty, and it's especially really pretty with this dark blue. So I'm kind of measuring up. Are these 2 loops similar because they're going to be sister earrings. We kind of want them to be about the same size. Does it need to be perfect? No. Close? Sure. Unless we're going for not close. And sometimes we are, but in this case, we want them to be kind of close. I'm going to straighten my wires out inside of my crimp tube so they're nice and straight going through there. I'm going to center my magical crimping plier over that tube to make a little 4-corner ravioli. Then I'm going to turn it on its side, and I'm going to compress the opposite direction. And then I'm just going to turn and compress the entire way around that crimp. So it's pushing that edge of that crimp tube into the nylon coating of the wire and also making a really beautiful little round crimp bead. So I've got a secure connection, but it also looks really fantastic. Then I'm going to take my 2 wires and split them apart and string one end through. Let me find that bead again. It came out of this brown mix. What was the name of that one, Sarah?
That one is the Quebec City.
It's so pretty. So you go in one direction and then in the other direction, and then pull all the way to that crimp. And you want it to be evenly dispersed so that crimp ends up right in the middle of the bead. And that might take a little bit of messing around with it. Don't worry too much. Then you're going to take both ends and put them together to string your next crimp tube. Now, if you wanted to add more beads and make it longer, you totally could. You would string them now before you crimp, or maybe crimp and then string a bead and then crimp again. You can always modify to make things your own. So you can see I've got a lot of space on the top, so I'm just going to kind of snug down on the 2 sides to tighten that up as best I can, and then pull up on my crimp so that I've got a little bit of a closer connection so it matches the other earring. Now I'm going to take one of these wires and string my tassel. And then I can go back in the opposite direction through that crimp tube. And it has to slide by this big bead, so just be patient and make space for it. Might get caught a couple times, but be persistent. It's what my husband's always teaching me. Be persistent, keep going. We're going to tighten that up. And then we're going to do some adjusting just to make sure, again, it's all looking very similar to our initial situation here. Is it straight? Does it feel right? You may need to pull down on this little loop to straighten it out. And then go up on the crimp. You know, just keep playing with it till you get it the way you want it. You never want to crimp until you feel really good about where everything's sitting. Because once you crimp, you can't go back. So take your time to make it just the way you want it. And check all the loops from top to bottom. Sometimes we'll get stuck looking at just this bottom loop and we'll have forgotten that our top loop has come undone and it doesn't look good anymore. So look over the entire thing before you set to crimping it. And then crimp the same way we crimped the first side.
These earrings are so cute, Sara.
Thank you. I feel like I need to pop them right on. They're meant to be today.
Yes. I love that.
So funny. I didn't even look in the box. I had no idea this was the colors in the box was this blue.
And you just matched just perfectly.
I know. I matched this by Kristen. I'm like living your dream.
I know. I love when that happens.
I just am such a huge fan of mustard and navy blue. So I really loved your outfit. Right when I saw you come on camera, Sarah, I was like, ooh, that is a fun color combination that she is wearing.
Oh, thank you.
It is. It's a great combo.
And there we go. We've got a pair of very cute little fun earrings. I love how fun these tassels are. I don't think I've seen you guys do these cloth tassels like this before.
You know what? We actually have a bunch of them over at, do we have them over at Jesse James Beads? I'm curious. I know we have them over at dressedupbuttonshop.com, but I think we have them on JJB as well.
I think you should put them at JJB because they are fabulous. Do they come in different materials?
Yeah, we brought them on originally for the button company. And I'm curious if they were popular on JJB because we were just kind of testing them out. We were just testing out those tassels, but I'm so happy to hear that you really like them because that means that we should get more.
We were both Kristen and I were immediately drawn to them. Some of the other components that I really loved is this big pearl chain. I am wearing pearls 2 days in a row now. This would be so fun and easy just to throw like a little crystal at the bottom. So maybe a little wire wrapping
really pretty.
Like Kristen did, and then hang your little crystal at the bottom. I thought
actually that matches the wire that's wrapped on that matches the vintage bronze pretty well. So if you wanted to make like a little necklace combo.
I thought both of the chains were very pretty. I love a chevron chain.
Me too. And rose gold is so special.
So pretty. So that's lovely. And then of course, both Kristen and I are gaga over these. As soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, those are Kristen.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Same with these. These are very you too, Kristen.
They are. Yeah, I definitely was. There's a lot of stuff in here that's very both of us, I think.
I know. Look at this whole strand of metal things. You've got some what are these called? Bead frames, as well as a lot of cool little spacer beads in there.
I love this this little bead with those big tassels. There's like the little green. It's like their little green.
From my perspective.
I know. Here, look at
there
that.
it is. Oh yeah.
This sort of pre-night color.
Right, green.
Yeah, exactly like a fluorite or a pre-night.
Or lakeside trio.
I love it. Yeah, I do love that lakeside trio.
Yeah.
That would be very pretty hanging from there and then just attached to the earring.
Oh, I love it.
Ooh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, look at
also looking at the there's some really cute little snowflakes. That little snowflake is so adorable.
It's a fun color too.
It is. Yeah, it probably goes with the rose gold, doesn't it?
I was going to say it's kind of rose goldish, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh, so many good things in this box, Sara James.
I am so glad you like it. Yes, those glass chunks. It's so pretty. Those hearts. That would make a really good ring too, like Kristen taught us earlier.
Oh yeah, Kristen, did you see the big heart?
Cute.
Or this one would make a cool ring.
That one would do really well. It's nice when you want the hole to run kind of side to side, so that because the heart would end up being sideways, I think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That would work though. That would be a really bold, fun ring.
Oh, I like
We'll
it.
wear that ring. The nice thing about making rings with the Softflex craft wire too is that it has a coating. So if you have an allergy to metals, it typically does not cause you any issues. So that's a nice way to get around those metal allergies. Look at these little guys. I really wanted to use these.
You're feeling the snowflakes right now.
It's winter.
I know.
When you live in California, you have to make your own snowflakes. Well, I mean, not everybody. When you live in the Bay Area, you have to make your own snowflakes. There's plenty of snow here, just not right where I am. Look at these cuties.
So cute.
I am so happy to hear your adoration for this box.
It looks good. You did a wonderful job. How does somebody get a subscription box if they've never done this before?
Well, you can go over to jessijamesbeads.com and click right at the top where we've got the word bead box. And that's where you can sign up. And let me tell you something. We are sweetening the deal. I just did a little message over to Danielle back over at Jessie James Beads headquarters and said, hey, can we do a free shipping deal for $49 minimum for anyone that's watching the show today? So when you enter the code SWEETSHIP, you'll get free shipping on your orders over $49. And that doesn't just include your Magical Mystery Bead Box, but if you're looking to subscribe, you'll get your first box shipped for free and anything else you add to your cart, like the Galentine's Day kit from Jessie James Beads or the brand new Sweetheart box that was just released today.
Oh, look at how sweet that is.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
That's fun.
Sweetheart box.
The Sweetheart box is our own Valentine's Day kit from Jessie James Beads. There's not any jewelry instruction that goes along with it, but there's a lot of really cool goodies in here. And you can find out everything that's in this one. Here, I'll flash it down here.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun here in this little box. And that's over at
Look at that. So cute.
That's a little candy box, little treat.
I know.
Right there.
Yeah.
There's 2 kinds of chains, 3 mini strands, and 3 little teeny little bead mixes.
Oh.
And then what just arrived on my doorstep, literally just right now, I ran upstairs to get the Sweetheart box to share with you guys and just tempt and tease you to go check it out online. But also what arrived for me is the Galentine's Day kit. So
nice.
Good
timing. Yeah, because you didn't have that when we started.
No, I know. We literally just are sending these out to our designers today. So let me just do a quick unveil and then I'll let you all go. So you can go over to jessijamesbeads.com and get your Galentine's Day kit from Jessie James Beads for the 5-hour Bead Around the World party with JJB and Softflex. You get this kit from JJB. You follow the link also on the product entry there to go over to Softflex and get your kit, along with signing up for Magical Mystery Bead Box, getting yourself a Sweetheart box, anything that you might want with the code. And I'll put it in here. Sweet. Oh, Danielle already did it. Sweet shit.
She did.
Deal. Okay, so Galentine's. We have got not 1, not 2, not 4, but 5 Jessie James Beads items. You've got the Amethyst Garden set with a little.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Here, Kristen's picking what she's going to use right this minute.
Sneak peek at those hearts you're talking about. No.
Yeah, right. And then underneath, there's really beautiful hand-dyed chevron chain and some cool little funky tassels, along with a fun toggle clasp. That's all in.
You know who would like that set is Kay from Star Beads. She loves purple, and those tassels are like right up her alley.
Cool.
I think, and there's a little bit of like turquoisey teal in there, right? That's her other favorite.
A little
color.
bit, yeah. There's this really beautiful.
I feel like that's a done deal.
And you can see all of these beads out of their package over at Jessie James. I just, for timeliness sake, I'm going to keep them all in their little.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Then we've got, whoopsies, got a little fuzzies on the end of this one. Then we've got this really cute strand in champagne heart.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at
Aw,
that
that's sweet.
feel.
That middle bead feels very like Betsy Johnson to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or no, I like Betsy. We'll just rename this one the Betsy strand. I like that. Next up is the Sweet Dreams strand. And this one again has got a little bit of fuzzies on it, but really beautiful Jessie James beads pave crystal bead in the middle.
Wow, so sparkly.
And I think that I messaged you both this when we were emailing back and forth, but this is my favorite kit that Jessie James Beads has put together for a JJB Softflex jewelry making party.
It's very pretty.
It's luxe. It's so nice. And this is what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, how these beads and the wire that we put together, like, yes, it's for Valentine's, it's for Galentines, but you're going to be able to wear these jewelry pieces all year through, which I think is really fun. And they're still
Can you imagine what Christy Friesen is going to make with one of these little bead mixes? I can't even imagine because she's so creative.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be something no one except for her could dream up. It's going to be amazing.
I love it.
She's going to take these things and put them in her epoxy sculpt in a way that we're going to be like, what?
I love jewelry designs that make what?
Melanie says she's going to go wild with it. I know. I think so too. I can't wait to watch.
And then last but not least, I'm just like unveiling this one here because it's got a little bit of tape. And Kristen, I wanted to share these beads with you. We've got the black and red bead mix, and it's got these really cool lamp work.
Oh, heart.
Oh, those are lovely.
Those
are so pretty.
Oh, and there's black ones too. Cute.
I'm just really excited about these for you guys for Softflex to go with them because the wire is going to look so neat running right through them if that's the route that you go with it.
That's pretty fun.
It's lovely. Why did I decide to host? I want to make something.
I was going to say those are your colors, Sarah. But that doesn't matter because you won't be making anything.
Yeah, it's okay to take a break, I guess. Right?
I know. I feel the same way.
We have a special offer on our Galentine's kit too.
Oh, good.
Right, Kristen?
We
it's
do.
Like
we have
$10 off, but only through next week.
Okay.
January 10th is the last day. So through January 10th, there's an introductory price, which gosh, I don't remember exactly, but I feel like it saves you about $10.
Yeah, because we have the epoxy sculpt in it and craft wire and so many things. It went up in price because it's just so much bulkier than usual. We even have some beads, some crystals in here from Kay. We have a lot of stuff in here. So it's $49.95 like as a regular price. And then it's about $10 off for the next, what is that? 5 days?
6
before
days,
the introductory offer ends. So if you want to grab it, make sure you do that soon so that you can get that little additional discount. We did that sort of as a Happy New Year's. We know this is kind of one of those times of year where everyone's trying to catch back up on their budgets.
So sure.
Make it a little easier.
Melanie said, have Thomas or Damien host, and then you can design too, Sarah. I'm like, oh boy. They'll be like, we would like to stay on the behind the camera, please.
You know, Melanie, I will be hosting, but you can bet your bottom dollar I'll probably be making in the background.
Yeah, she won't be able to resist.
So hopefully JJB will send me one of these mixes and I'll be making my own version in the background.
The walls are falling down.
What happened?
Axel has this ball. It's hard and it's huge and it like giggles when it rolls and he loves it. It just went.
Oh my gosh, that's really cute.
That's what happens when you broadcast at home.
Oh my gosh. We know. There's all sorts of stuff. That's adorable.
So back to Galentine's. Sarah, yes, we do have a kit coming to you. So you'll enjoy that one. Oh my gosh, Kristen, this is so amazing. I love watching you all create. I get so
Pretty,
inspired.
Kristen.
I know. I ended up once you showed that really big one, I was like, maybe the really big one, the teal, will be really pretty in the
I can
middle
so
of
see
that
you wearing
earring.
those.
I know. I'm probably gonna put them on.
Too.
I'm probably gonna put them on now and see what they look like.
Melanie says the Galentine's event is on her birthday.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a special way to celebrate. And we could all celebrate right on with you, Melanie.
Definitely. That's awesome.
And
you have a whole day planned now. I mean,
a whole party
with friends.
5 hours of partying with friends.
And I should mention, we're over halfway sold through at Jesse James Bead. So if you're interested in playing with all of this magic and beading around the world with our friends from Softlex and our friends from the UK, all the way over to Christy Friesen in Hawaii, don't miss out on getting this kit from Jesse James Beads and Softlex, because it is going to sell out and it's going to be so fun. I am on vacation when this party is happening and I'm like FOMO, fear of missing out already. Be here.
I know. You're going to have to see if you have Wi-Fi and you can pop in occasionally and see what's happening.
I'm hoping I might buy Wi-Fi on the cruise just for that day so I can pop in and say hello.
You would, of course, always be welcome. So if it's possible, we would love to have you pop in every once in a while.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I just, with the close of last year, 2022 is out. 2023 is officially here. And with that, I like to always recap of all the amazing things that we got to do and reflect on the inspiration that we've had, the creative collaborations, and we've been doing a lot between Jesse James Beads and Softlex. And I just got to say thank you to both Sara and Kristen, the entire team at Softlex, the VIB Softlex community, the Jesse James Beads Secret Stash group here on Facebook. Thank you everyone for coming together to make this creative community and all of these endeavors so truly magical. It's wonderful to be here.
Yes, we totally agree. We always love when we get to work with Jesse James Beads. And I feel like we're really good about having good, honest communication so we can keep making better and better and better events that make everyone so happy. So thank you for your friendship, Sara. We appreciate it.
My sentiments echo exactly, Sara. And Kristen, it's a blast.
Yeah, so fun to be along for the creative ride. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
We like to put these events on and have that creative flow together as companies, and then we get to share it with all of you out there, and we get to create with all of you, and that just makes it even sweeter because it's just a good time when you have time to create and make friendships. So thank you all for being part of our communities.
Absolutely.
Sara, Kristen, thank you for taking time from your schedules to come and hang out with us for an hour today and create with the Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box. It is such an honor, and I hope you both have a great day. I can't wait to see what is all to come with Galentine's Day coming up next month.
Yes, likewise. And if you guys want to keep the bead train going, I am back at 3 p.m. Pacific on the Softlex page and YouTube channel with my regular weekly live stream. And I will be using some really fun Pantone colors from the fall and the winter, which are mixes from Jesse James Beads. So we will be opening those up, and they actually mix in really well with this bead box. 2 of the colors are very similar. So I may have some of the bead box items still out as well. I don't know what I'm making yet, of course, but I will be making something, maybe something to go with my beautiful new earrings.
Oh, and that sounds nice.
I hope you'll join me in just a little bit. So it's 2:00 Pacific right now, so that's about an hour away.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in about an hour. And again, thanks for tuning in on our very first Magic Mystery Beadbox Create-A-Thon for the new year, 2023. We'll see y'all real soon.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.